My name is Jaleese, and of course, this is just a quick DIY live. So, hello everyone. My name is Jaleese. This is Infinite Modesty Design. Who we are? We teach you how to sew by the grace of God. All right. So, in this live here, we're just going to be showing you how to make a quick DIY headband. So, thanks for everyone who's joining me or who are going to be joining me. Thank you so much for everyone. This is so sorry. I just wanted to see how I look on the other platform here. Okay, so sorry everyone. I'm just trying to maneuver a lot of screens here. So save and send now. Actually, I'm supposed to send out my email so everyone can actually join me if they want. All right, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I appreciate for all who's joining me. Oh, my papa is here. How nice. Frankie's here. Thank you everyone else for joining me. So Angie, thanks for joining me. All right, so I'm just going to be showing a very, very quick DIY on how to make a headband. That's pretty and simple as how it is. So I have sent the measurement here for those who have is on my email. Okay, so very, very simple, very, very easy. I just want to make it as quick and simple as it, and we can get on with our day. So what do we need? We need 2 pieces of fabric. Okay, so 2 pieces of fabric. And what I do, I have a little bit of stretch fabric here. You could use like Ankara fabric itself or African print, but for this one I'm using just a simple stretch fabric here. And I have 2 pieces. So the length of the fabric here now, so the length is about 26. It could be 25 as well, but 26 because we're going to actually do a twist for this. All right, and then the width for this now is about 7 inches. So very, very simple, about 7 inches roughly. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we are going to turn this right side to right side. So let's say this is the right side of your fabric here. We're gonna make sure the right side is touching each other, and then we're gonna sew this down, and we're gonna do this for the 2 piece of fabric itself. Okay, so I'm gonna turn my camera here for those who watch me on a different platform, and I am going to sew this down. Now, because it's a stretch fabric, I'm going to use a zigzag stitch. If you do have the needle for stretch fabric, it's even better, depends on the machine you're working with. But in this case, I'm just going to use a zigzag stitch and make life easier for me. So let me just move this closer here. All right, so I'm going to go all the way down. You can make your stitch a little bit big on the machine, zigzag stitch, and then we're going to do this all the way down, all the way down. And then we're going to do it for the 2 pieces. So this is actually a very, very easy and simple headband. I'm planning to make quite a bit of them for my daughter because school is starting. So I don't know if she might like this one, but at least I'm making a couple of them. And the measurement doesn't have to be the same. You could always play around with the measurement. You can make it smaller if you find it's too wide. The width is too wide. You can make it probably 6 inches, 5 inches, all depends. So I didn't back stitch because I just using zigzag, and we're gonna always close it anyway. So make sure this is right size touching right size. And then we're gonna sew it down nicely. All right, so I'm gonna come to the end here. So if you find you have your regular needle and you're having problem sewing stretch fabric, you could definitely look on Amazon and look for stretch needle. Okay, so probably that might be a solution you could actually check out here. Okay, so I'm gonna move the machine just a little bit here, and then I'm gonna turn this. So I'm gonna turn it completely. So just take your time and turn it nicely. Okay, you could go ahead and iron it too. I'm not going to iron it today, of course, but you could definitely go ahead and iron it. Let's see if anyone is joining me here. Yeah, you could go ahead and iron it, of course. So, hi, Julius. Thanks for joining me. Yep, so turn it nicely. You could go ahead and iron it. I'm just going to turn mine. And once you turn it you should be. So hi, thanks for joining me on Google Meet. Appreciate you joining me today. I'm just doing a live Turban, as you see in the email, and it will be a very quick and easy DIY today. All right, so this is one piece turn here. You could go and iron it, and when you iron it, you want to iron it towards the seam area here. So the nicely seam area here, you want to go ahead and iron it. Again, I'm not going to iron this. We're going to turn the other one. Okay, so we're turning it inside out. So the reason why it's 7 inches is kind of easier to turn. Now, if you're making it very, very small and it's not easy to turn this way, what you could do is to get safety pin, and you could actually turn it if you're making a smaller size itself. All right, so there you go. All right, so I'm going to turn it now, and this is the fun part. So again, there's so many different ways to make a headband, guys. Like, there's so many different ways, but then this is the fun part here now. Okay, let me move the machine just a little bit on the side here. So this is what we're going to do now. I am going to just turn it this way. So that's way ironing would actually be really, really cool to have it nice and flat. But again, you don't have to. So just like this, I'm going to have it. Okay, just like this. So I'm going to put it down here. So I'll put it down this way. And I'll put it down this way. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to crisscross it. So make a cross here. Right, so I make a cross. And then I'm just going to bring this over here and bring this over here. That's all I'm going to do. Just going to do a nice little cross. Okay. And then the seams, just make sure the seams is just touching each other like here, like so. Okay, so turn it. And what I'm going to do here first, because sometimes when you make this, it might be a little bit too big, or maybe it depends. Maybe if you use a less than what I give you, I give you 26 for the length. If you use less, then you want to make sure, because our head is about 23 inches, right? But I put extra because we're doing a twist. So we want to make sure we have enough to fit nice in our head. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do one side first. So I'm going to make sure I take this side here. Okay. And I want to just bring it down, close it in here. And then I'm going to sew this side first, because sometimes it's so thick to sew all of them together. And again, you could easily hand sew this as well. Okay. So I'm going to bring my machine back here. And we're going to just sew this part down first. Again, if you're having any concern with your regular sewing needle, you could always get stretch needle on Amazon. So I'm going to go back. Just make sure they line nicely up. Done. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So same thing here on the other side. Make sure I match this up here nicely. And I sew it. So then I have that nice piece here, right? Yeah. So I'm going to bring this up here. And then I'm just going to sit it down nicely again. Simple as that. All right. So all right. So the reason why I do one at a time, because sometimes it's very, very thick. So now you have this here. And now what you could do, I'm going to actually bring my screen up here nicely. And bring my screen up here. And just to show you that if it's too big, like this fabric is very, very thick, right? So if it's too big, you could always fit it on your head. So I'm just going to fit it on my head nicely. This is actually really, really big, right? You could fit it on your head. And then you could see, like for me, it's fine here. You could see how, if it's too tight or if it's too loose, right? Again, it's just a simple thing we make into it. Nothing fancy, right? So if it's too tight, if it's too loose, then you could always adjust your seam allowance here, right? So that's pretty much what it is. So like with this one here now, right? You could, depends, and again, it depends on the fabric. Because this fabric is more stretchy. This one is less stretchy. So you want to fit it now to see how much do you need to take in, right? So once you do that, and you just crease it back here, simple as that. You bring it together. Now, this fabric is very, very thick. So it might want to give me some trouble. But anyway, I'm going to still try to sew it down. And again, you could do it all together, but it's good to do it one at a time if you're not sure if it might fit you too loose. If it's too loose, then you could adjust it. So I just want to do it step by step like that. And again, my fabric is very, very thick. So last straw here, and we are done. So last straw here, I am going to sew this down nicely. So my machine, let's hope it works nicely for me. I have another machine here, but I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to sew this down, and let's see if it works for me. Let's hope it works for me nicely. Because I'm on a live, you have to behave yourself nicely. All right, so it's going. I'll do a back stitch. You just have to take your time. Remember, so your machine is your pride and joy. So you have to take time with it. So just take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Hope it's okay. It's a threading bust. Fantastic. Okay, good. Awesome. So it's done here. So you have this raw edge. Now, if you have a serge, or if you want, again, you could go ahead and zigzag the edge just to make it nice and neat. And then you turn it. That's all. Okay. So once you turn it, just make sure. So maybe I'll have to go over and do another stitch here. But again, let me turn it here. Right. So once you turn it, and then again, you could try. So I'm going to try it on my wonderful mannequin here. So turn it here. So I'm going to turn it here. And again, it all depends on the fabric you choose, the fabric you use. So if you choose a fabric that it's thin, like the one I have, you can see it wasn't so big. It wasn't so big and bulky. Then that would be fine. This one is a really thick fabric. So again, it all depends on the size, the thickness of the fabric you use itself. So that's pretty much it. Very simple, right? Very, very easy. Turban. It's a twist turban. I will do another live itself where you can, there's different ways you can make turban, and it's so easy. And sometimes we buy this, and you know, if it looks nice on the mannequin, it looks nice in the store. But again, I know many of us like nice things for our head. So so that's pretty much how it is. So just play around with it. Again, this is the mannequin, so it might not be the best looking on the mannequin, but again, it's as simple as that. I'm trying to get the action. Okay, let me just, oh, you know, I didn't have it in the middle. That makes sense. I didn't have it in the middle. Okay, so I am gonna fix it nicely here. All right. So as simple as an easy DIY turban. All right. So as simple as that. All right, guys. So anyway, I just wanted to jump and do a very, very quick live. You see, this even take a whole hour, not even half an hour, not even 15 minutes. So there you go. You can easily do that. You can make it very, very tight if you want. You can make a different color to your dress. Depends on how you make your hair. You could actually just fix it up nicely. So of course, it will look really, really nice and pretty. All right. So anyway, I want to thank everyone for joining me today. So I have quite a few people joining me live on, I'm not sure if it's Facebook or on my YouTube channel, but thank you. I will do more DIYs like this. I had someone had joined me on Google Meet. So thank you for joining me. And yeah, so look out again for a little more quick tips DIY like this. And I hope this was helpful. Again, this is Jelly Set Infinite Modesty Design. We are in Brampton. We are coming up with a free event coming up very, very soon. So if you're my students watching me, or my previous students, current students watching me, you could definitely be part of this event. I want to bring all my students together because I have students who come and go, and some students I have a couple of years. So like a couple of years they've been following me or been with me. And if you're living in Brampton, Mississauga, Toronto area, you're more than welcome to come to my live. And I'm actually going to reach out to all my students for those who want to take part in our live free event in person. That's coming up this coming September itself. Thank you again so much, guys. This is Jolie Said Infinite Modesty Design. Have yourself a wonderful night. Ta-ta. Bye-bye. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.